I heard a long time ago, if you can't give money when you're broke, you'll never give money when you have money. Right after 2008, real estate was rough. I did everything I could to just help the family survive. All of a sudden, I'm looking at bank statements, I'm looking at everything, and I'm stressing out all the time, like just this walking stress ball. And we're talking about it, and I'm, concerned, and I'm telling her how I'm concerned about, money and this and that. And she just looks at me and she says, for someone who loves God so much, you sure don't have a lot of faith. We've gone through so many ups and downs, and every time we get through just fine. Like, that's not you doing it. That's God doing it. Trust him. But it was so hard to even fathom giving money that we didn't have when everything else felt like it was overtaking your life. So Michael Kane, the CFO of the church, he was running a financial workshop. We were young, so it was really exciting for us because we weren't really making much money, but we had a lot of debt. So we met with Michael, and Michael looked at everything. He looked at how much income we have or don't have. He's looking at how much debt we definitely had. And then he asked the question, how much do you tithe? And I'm thinking in my mind, like, he already knows the answer. He's been looking at all my finances. I told him, usually I'll take out some money out of my pocket, and give cash in the bucket. And I think because he knew, like, the amount of money I did have and where things were going, he said, oh, so you tip God. To me, I remember just staring at him thinking, I can't really talk my way out of this one. And I just said, yeah, that's right. I tip God. Then COVID happened, and being in real estate, the market's either really good, it's really bad, or it's flat. Some months you can make good money. 3 months go by, maybe you didn't make any money. You really have to kind of balance it out. I wasn't able to really go sell houses for a few months. I just think at some point that fear of everything came back, and I just quit tithing. From COVID till really this year, I just didn't tithe anything. January started off really well in real estate. And in my mind, I did the right thing. I took out 10% and I moved it over to a different account. And I got on Flatirons website and I donated $1,000. And then I kept the rest there, right? And in my mind, I'm rationalizing thinking, well, what I'll do is I'll just give $1,000 every month. And I have 3 months worth, we'll say, right? And so I give the $1,000 and I'm all excited. I'm thinking I'm doing a great job. Like, Adam, it's not your money, it's God's money. And I kept saying it's my money. And I'm driving home from the gym and I pulled over on the side of the road and I just started talking to God, and I was like, God, I'm sorry. I'm holding your money kind of hostage as a just in case next month is not great. And God knows, because I've done it many times, and I knew I'd use that money. Why do I not have the ability just to give it all and say, I trust God? If we look at it as this is God's money, we can't wait until I get a closing and have a paycheck to give that money first. It feels good, like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. The next day, we scheduled a time for us to sit down and just kind of reevaluate everything. Let's look at our money, let's look at our stuff, let's look at how the time that we're spending or not spending with our children, everything. We started getting rid of subscriptions we didn't need anymore. We started figuring out, hey, maybe we don't need this that has a payment. And we really tried to get our cost of living down. Before, I think what I would complain about is say, oh, the cost of living is so high here. It's so high in Colorado now. Everything costs so much money. Once you analyze where you're spending your money, what you're spending your money on, it's your high cost of life that's really the problem. It started with the barn. We're like, we have so much stuff, and yet we keep compiling it and adding to it. And so we started going through, I think 60 bins is what we completely eliminated. I'm pretty sure we filled Sister Carmen's, and they're gonna name a peak at Erie landfill after us. But the hardest part of giving it away is just taking your hands off of it, because it's not mine.